So now with this trade kind of looking to the future of San Diego, they have Casey Stoney as their head coach, Jill Ellis in their front office, goalkeeper Kaylyn Sheridan, Abby Dahlkemper as a world-class defender, Tegan Negrady, they've acquired from Chicago, Mackenzie Doniak, Katie Johnson, from Orlando also Jody Taylor, and now adding Alex Morgan to that long list of rosters and that long list of names. It says a lot about San Diego and what they're trying to prove in their inaugural season, getting number of players. And now when you add Alex Morgan to that list, is this a statement that San Diego is really looking to make?
Yeah, it tells you everything you need to know about these expansion teams. I think it says everything you need to know, like the spine of the team. And that's the trickiest part in the NWSL. You can have, again, you look at Orlando, all the pieces in the puzzle, but if you don't have a strong spine of the team that understands the NWSL, that understands the travel, the rest, the recovery, and just how the leagues play. So I think that's what they've done extremely well with San Diego is they've put in players that have league experience, that have world-class experience, and that they have grit as well. Like it's a very different league compared to Europe. It's fast-paced, it's aggressive, it's transitional, but then also you're getting some world-class coaches coming in with the technical side of it, where I don't think the NWSL had that in the first 4 seasons, if I'm honest. Maybe you look at Laura Harvey and she definitely brought that in, but it hasn't been like that throughout the league. And you're starting to see good soccer week in and week out. I love commentating the games because you genuinely don't know who's going to win, because I mean, look at last season. It came down to the wire. It's so exciting. So I think both San Diego specifically has done a really good job with the trades. Shocked with a few of the trades that they're getting. Like, I'm like, God, they have a very good system in place. And that's what I was talking about, just the structure, having good organizations and people in the right positions that understand the league and understand the players.
It's setting up those teams that are coming into the league to be able to compete against the other clubs that are truly powerhouses. I mean, when you look at last season, Washington Spirit coming up through the ranks and just taking over at the end of that season to kind of go on this spell of constantly winning games. But it's also a chance, when you look at all of these trades that have happened, for a team like Orlando Pride to kind of reset. I mean, you mentioned some of the crazy trades that have happened in this offseason, and from outsiders looking in, it looks as if Orlando Pride is now looking to rebuild. They have a new head coach in Amanda Cromwell, and they've traded away Ashlyn Harris and Ali Krieger, Jody Taylor, and now Alex Morgan. Is this a kind of rebuild you were expecting from Orlando Pride?
I think it was the inevitable, because you look again, you had all the world-class players in that team. They're starting 11. I think every single person in the starting 11 at some point has won a major tournament, or has been in a major tournament that has made the one of those final games, but couldn't finish off the season and just didn't mesh. It looked a little bit lackluster. And I know that sounds disrespectful, but it's really not, because you look at this Orlando Pride side, they had world-class players. Maybe it's management, maybe it's things behind the scenes that we don't know about, but it just wasn't meshing. So you look, obviously, Ashlyn Harris and Ali Krieger leaving, and the little quote that was left out there had a lot of people thinking, what's going on here? Which I love. I love a little bit of that, but it speaks volumes. These players want to continue to get better. They want to go to places where they can get better, and it holds other teams, quite frankly, accountable. So if you're getting these top players that are asking for these trades or wanting to go to other organizations, you got to take a look at yourself of what's going on. So I think it's a perfect opportunity for Orlando Pride to rebuild and get people in the right positions. Obviously, the new head coach coming in, a big task for her in this season coming up, but it's going to take time with Orlando, because again, you're losing all these big name players that have that experience, but you couldn't put it together with them. So again, it comes a little bit more from the internal side. If I'm putting myself in that situation, I'm probably getting hammered in the comment section at the moment. Everyone knows I'm an Orlando Pride supporter, though. One of my favorite teams that I've ever played for, but I think it speaks volumes of these players going to different organizations.